Recently, Rolex did something that was rather out of the ordinary. The crown is known for the fact that it almost never makes public statements. They generally allow their products to speak for themselves. But Rolex has become a growing source of frustration for customers all over the world due to the fact that their most desired designs are becoming increasingly difficult to obtain at retail for purchase, whereas this was not always the case. Because of this, people have been grumbling for years about how difficult it is to get their hands on a Rolex. But despite the fact that this subject has been discussed at length in virtually every watch forum and journal, in some capacity, Rolex has up until now refrained from commenting on it. A journal wrote an article about it, and shortly after publishing the article, they received an official comment to the report. And here's what Rolex had to say. Welcome to Lex Life. And when it comes to luxury and lifestyle, we've got you covered. And for this video, we are going to talk about what Rolex had to say about the watch shortage at their authorized dealers. But before we begin, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons and be the first to check out our latest videos. Now, let's start. In response to the watch shortage, Rolex stated that the lack of availability of their products was not a deliberate effort on their part. The current production is not capable of satisfying the current demand in a comprehensive manner. At least, it is not capable of doing so without diminishing the quality of the timepieces, which is something that they do not wish to do. Because they can never afford to let the quality of their products suffer, this level of excellence requires time, and as they always have, they will continue to take the necessary time to ensure that all of the watches not only comply with the standards of excellence, but also meet the expectations of the customers in terms of quality, reliability, and robustness. This is something that they have always done, and they will continue to do so in the future. Rolex never makes concessions when it comes to the standards necessary to produce excellent timepieces. The 4 manufacturing locations in Switzerland are responsible for the design and development of each and every Rolex watch. They are put together by hand with great attention to detail in order to fulfill the specific and rigorous requirements of the brand in terms of quality, performance, and aesthetics. This naturally puts a limit on their production capacities, which they are working to enhance as much as possible while still adhering to the quality standards. This is quite understandable. In conclusion, it is important to point out that customers may only purchase Rolex timepieces through authorized merchants. These stores are responsible for the distribution of watches to individual clients. The official answer comes in the aftermath of an article that was published in a journal that, for all intents and purposes, investigates both sides of the issue, namely the purchasers and the retailers. A great number of Rolex watches find their way into the possession of opportunistic individuals who seek to capitalize on the lack of the timepieces in order to make an unavoidable profit. This is something that we are actually aware of due to the fact that while there are few options to buy these items at retail locations, there is a vast supply of opportunities to buy them on the gray market at inflated costs. Not only does this present opportunities for dealers operating in the gray or pre-owned market, but it also presents opportunities for authorized dealers. In many cases, authorized Rolex retailers also stock a wide variety of other watch brands in addition to their own selection of Rolex timepieces, brands that overall have a lower level of consumer demand than Rolex. Now, I know the topic gets more and more interesting from here, but I want to know, do you think Rolex uses this method as a strategy? Let me know in the comments section below so that we can talk about it. Certain authorized dealers will sometimes require prospective clients to purchase a less popular watch first before being placed on the dealer's list for desirable Rolex models. This is a rather typical occurrence in the industry. It is not unlawful, but it can be extremely inconvenient for a buyer. As a result, authorized dealers stand to make more money when the requirement for purchasing the watch you desire is to purchase more watches. This benefits each existing Rolex watch owner, whether we realize it or not. Part of the allure of owning a Rolex is knowing your watch will not lose its value. Because of the strong demand and limited supply, these objects frequently sell for more than the retail price, and the unattainable phenomenon benefits many people all over the world. Existing Rolex owners and Rolex retailers in this position are pleased with the present Rolex marketplace, since it benefits those who own Rolex watches. The majority of people who have not had the pleasure of owning a Rolex watch are frustrated. Even if you want a new Submariner or Daytona, chances are you'll have to buy several pieces to even get close to getting the one you actually want, a practice that not everyone can partake in. Once upon a time, you could save your money and present it when the time came to get your Rolex today, but having the funds alone does not imply you can receive the watch, which is where the frustration comes in. So how should we interpret Rolex's official statement? Perhaps this is more of an authorized dealer problem than a Rolex problem. As Rolex recommends, authorized dealers are free to assign watches as they see fit, and a journalist's piece stated that the main issue is a lack of transparency, whether to have a Rolex waitlist or is this list even present. Prospective clients might benefit from knowing where they stand in terms of gorgeous models. Would you keep your expendable watch cash for another 24 months? If you knew, the wait would guarantee the Rolex watch you've been eyeing. Whether we like it or not, there is no reason to assume Rolex is lying when they say they can't satisfy demand without sacrificing supply quality. Quality is a key pillar of Rolex timepieces, and their quality controls for the externals and internals of their watches, which would result in long manufacturing periods for each of their watches. But there is also the nagging issue of compromising the value Rolex buyers have invested in when purchasing a watch at retail. The million-dollar question is if Rolex is capable of shifting manufacturing to optimize availability based on demand, or is it conceivable for them to produce fewer models in order to produce more of others? The reality is that they are not seeking a solution to the customer problem, and is there any motivation for them to do so? We must also keep in mind that the stainless steel sports craze is a relatively new trend, with demand exceeding supply in a matter of years. Rolex has adopted the Swiss principle of neutrality, acting neither against nor in support of the world's unhappy consumers. Getting down to business, Tech's Rolex is the world leader in watch sales. Therefore, there's little incentive to change your marketplace conquering approach while the Rolex watch shortage wait period is still in effect. If Rolex does not adjust manufacturing, perhaps authorized dealers, as the independent allocators of these watches, should change their behavior. There would be a newfound aspect of accountability if real-time tables were disclosed. This would ideally avoid situations such as VIP queue jumping or worse, shady dealings with gray market dealers who commit to buying quantity or other brand watches in order to get a Rolex to flip at a big margin. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the thumbs up button, click subscribe and hit the notification bell to receive updates in our latest videos. Also, feel free to leave us a comment. If you want to watch more videos, head on over to our channel to see more from Lex Live. See you!